James Bond has gadgets and a license to kill. Ethan Hunt can hang off the side of an airplane at 30,000 feet. But in the early 90s, Tom Clancy gave us a completely different kind of hero. He didn't have a black belt, didn't use exploding pens, and spent most of his time looking at satellite photos and reading intelligence briefs. Jack Ryan was the ultimate analyst turned accidental action star. But if you look closely at the two high watermarks for the franchise, The Hunt for Red October and Clear and Present Danger, you aren't just looking at two different actors. You're looking at a masterclass in how our own brain reacts when an ordinary person gets trapped inside a massive, unfeeling system. Psychologists talk about a cognitive bias called the anchoring effect. Whichever version of a character or situation you encounter first becomes your psychological baseline. For a lot of us, that was Alec Baldwin. His Jack Ryan is young, brilliant, and slightly arrogant. He isn't forced into the action by fate. He gets caught up in it because of his own mouth. In that Pentagon briefing room, he speaks up, defends a Soviet submarine captain that he's never met, and instantly gets thrown into the fire. By the time Harrison Ford is in Clear and Present Danger, the psychological game changes completely. This is where the everyman ego projection kicks in. We love characters who allow us to project ourselves into the story, and Ford is the undisputed king of looking ordinary while the world collapses around him. In Clear and Present Danger, Ryan isn't an eager young analyst trying to prove a point. He's a seasoned pro who's done everything right, climbed the ladder, and suddenly realizes he's been completely used by the political system. When the bullets start flying in Colombia, he doesn't look like a smooth operative. He looks like a deeply betrayed, incredibly pissed off desk worker who realizes the monsters aren't across the ocean, they're sitting in the Oval Office. So who's your Jack Ryan? Baldwin gave us the young analyst whose own brilliance got him trapped in the machine. Ford gave us the mature analyst who realized the machine was rigged against him from the start. For my money, both perfectly captured Jack Ryan in that moment of his career. But only one of them can say that they bought a $2 million helicopter with a business card. Then again, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm just a guy sitting on a park bench.